Hello and welcome everyone to our discussion on Dr. Stone.
Yes, I'm Sam.
I'm Jim.
Welcome. So, yeah, this is one of our random talking about something else discussion we had, like the Hunter x Hunter ones and our Shield Hero discussion, kind of like the weird things we just want to talk about.
Hell yeah.
Because, after the anime finished, I read through it all, and then a day later, every website I could read it off of went down.
So yeah.
And I freaking loved it, and I really wanted us to talk about it.
So, Dr. Stone is one of my favorite manga of all time currently.
Yeah, Jim not sure about it. I watched the anime the entire season, then once it ended, I just read from that point on.
I
was seeing shots from the manga in comparison while
Yes, I would beg Sam. I beg Sam constantly. Please read Dr. Stone. Please. Okay, so a little background. I started reading Dr. Stone. I think when I caught up, it was at chapter 60.
Well, the thing is,
I started pretty early.
I wanted to go back and read it, but then literally everything stopped covering Shonen Jump, so they got literally all taken down, and they read Viz Media. You only had the 3 most recent things and the first 3.
No, but I was asking you to read it way before this.
You were, but it's also had a lot of busy with work. I did not have a lot of time to read stuff.
But you found time because it's wonderful. It's a wonderful manga.
Yeah,
everyone loves.
I finished the anime and I had a day off afterwards. I read it all.
See, that's the magic of Dr. Stone. So yes, I don't want to call myself a longtime Dr. Stone fan. I'm trying to think of when I would have caught up. Must have been in mid 2018, I guess.
Were you in the middle of the Stone Wars?
It is weekly. I think it was right as the Stone Wars were beginning. So right around where season 1 would have ended. Oh, I guess we should say spoilers.
Yes. Well, I mean,
we are going to be spoiling everything up to chapter 134, which is the current chapter that is out at this stage.
The second and I'll talk a little about the anime because I mainly watched the first 24 episodes up to just before the Stone Wars. So
yes, and then you started reading the manga from there. As naturally I had been reading it. So yeah, I started with the manga. Fucking loved it. Boichi's art is so good. I have to say, I've never read anything by Inagaki before. I think his name's Inagaki, the writer.
He did a rugby or football.
He did Ice Shield 21.
It's a football.
Which is a football anime.
American football.
American football, yes.
Yes.
Manga, rather. Which I've heard is incredible. I've never read it. I tried to read the first chapter, and...
Have you ever been able to read a sports manga?
Well, I mean, there's some things
I don't consider martial arts as a sports manga, by the way.
Yeah, I guess that would just be martial arts. But never a manga. I've never read a sports manga. I feel like there has been a time where I've watched something...
Count either.
There has been a time where I've watched or read something that is ostensibly a sports manga, but it's just not. You know what I mean? Like a ping pong, the animation.
Yeah.
Which is technically sports manga or anime, but it's
more so the animation being the draw than the actual sport.
Yeah, it's more of the style. And this is coming from someone that has not.
He needs to do his secret slam dunk technique to juke and dribble past him.
Yeah, I've never gotten into any of the big Haikyuus or Kurokono Basket or Slam Dunk or even Itachi no Joe.
Ippo.
I guess I've watched Madoka Box. What's it called? No.
Megalobox.
Madoka Box is something very different.
Madoka Box.
Megalobox is literally... I would consider the sports anime.
Boxing anime is Ippo also, I guess. I can see a little bit of Ippo.
Alright, this is a terrible conversation for a Dr. Stone manga cast.
Well, if they've never been introduced to any of our episodes of any of our other podcasts, welcome. This is what it goes.
So Boichi, I'm just going to rant about some things I like about Dr. Stone that aren't about the manga. Boichi is the first ever non-Japanese artist to have their work featured in Shonen Jump.
Is he Korean?
He's Korean, yes. Also, Boichi got famous doing hentai.
I can tell.
There is a lot of hentai that you can find drawn by Boichi, and it looks just like Dr. Stone.
I remember the penicillin shot. That is straight up from hentai.
Yeah, it's funny. I love Boichi's art. I think it's incredible. I think his use of line thickness is just superb. His thick lines are just superb. I know, the big thing, before Dr. Stone even got, animated, the big thing was that everyone was like, oh, the girls look so unrealistic. Oh, their body types are so... It's first off, have you seen anime?
Yeah. I think I talked to you about it when I was watching it, and I'm saying all these female characters look like they're from different decades of manga.
Kind of do.
Like a lot of the village were, the main
Ishigami Village.
Yeah, they look like this 90s, like early 2000s with kind of the weird like nose doesn't seem to like.
Yeah.
They like took out that little like ridge of the nose and just shrunk it.
Kohaku in particular, people have memed incessantly to the
her
one.
And her sister.
Yeah, Ruri. They've memed that one screenshot. That I think it's an edited screenshot from. It's like what's the studio that did Clannad? It's like the people that have you seen Clannad?
I heard of it.
Clannad and Air were two like really big anime in the early 2000s that had enormous eyes. The characters have just. I'm gonna just show a picture.
I've probably seen
Sam.
an image if you show me, but
the main girl has this stupid like hair antenna. I hate her. I watched this when I was in like high school, so it was forever
ago. But you get girls like that. You get the girls like Nikki with like the lips and everything.
Yeah,
and then you get the like Ogawa with like you get the normal looking anime girl with like some kind of weird.
It is hilarious to look at a picture of Clannad. I'm showing Sam a picture of I think her name is Nisei.
I always think
remember. She's literally a bug. She just looks like a fucking bug.
It's like I'm pretty or I'm cute
or
whatever.
That's the other meme picture. It's I'm cute, and it looks kind of like Kohaku. I'm gonna just say it. I fucking love the way the girls look in Dr. Stone. More so like the faces.
Yes, I think.
The body types, I think my biggest complaint is, like, sometimes the body types just aren't possible.
Yes.
Like, you can have, like, a sexy character, and they're pretty much mostly naked in Dr. Stone, but, like, sometimes it just is, like, gross, where, like, the way their bodies are shaped just does look a little gross.
It's less more so about the costume they wear, more so than their body, because, like, the costumes are great. Even, like, and characters actually have lips, which is weird in anime.
Yeah, anime doesn't like to do that, unless it's JoJo. Which is one thing I love about Araki's style is he always has like very well defined lips, which is something that's like, I don't know, it just looks good.
Yes.
Anime's afraid to draw lips because it can look weird. Like Nikki is a good example.
I love Nikki so much. She's my favorite girl in this. That's just.
I love Nikki too.
Who's yours?
My favorite girl. When I was reading it, Homura. Homura has been very non-existent in the plot lately.
Jim's like, this is her chance, but she's finally gonna do something.
Yeah, where we are right now, Homura is totally. They've set Homura up for a huge moment, even though they haven't mentioned her in forever.
They're gonna leave her on the island. Can we forget something?
I honestly, I know it's like a very normie answer, but I love Kohaku so much. When I was reading, especially when I was reading Dr. Stone, I felt like a very strong connection to the characters because. I wasn't a big fan of the voice actor they got for Kohaku. We're talking about the sub, by the way, the original Japanese. I have almost no opinions about the dub, and I won't express them.
I mean, we talk a little bit about the dub, especially there's a really good video explaining the dub. I think I would recommend if you look it up.
I will. What are they called? Cartoon Cipher. I'll link it. I will link it in the description and probably in the comments. Really fantastic video that goes into how they localize the Dr. Stone dub. Really, it's way more interesting than actually watching the dub itself, in my opinion.
Yes, how some things work better in the dub and some things that happen in the sub that made it make more sense.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
I think that's... I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but, like, Vinland Saga's anime did a few things that it just was, like...
It's weird.
They just totally cut corners with the... Like, the biggest one was... the language the characters speak in the anime, at least in the Japanese. I don't know if there's a dub for it. They all just speak Japanese.
Yeah, and if you get a language, you speak English.
Yeah, so these characters are supposed to be speaking French, and then there's other characters that are speaking, I guess like
Danish.
Yeah, Danish would probably be it, and they're all speaking Japanese, and then they also they make a reference to shogi.
Yeah,
which is really awkward.
In the manga, it was like they refer to like actual.
I can't remember. It's
like,
it's an actual game. Yeah, it's an actual like ancient predecessor to chess.
I mean, then we have the we actually have the part with like the song in English.
Yes. Okay. So really weird.
A little bit.
I was not ready for that to be sung in English.
I was not as well.
Oh, what's your name? Lily-chan.
Yes.
Lillian. Okay, so let's just
Lillian Weisberg. I feel like they need a English, like some kind of like English name. They'll just go with
just German.
Weiss something.
Weisberg. White.
So
Town.
Yeah, I guess we just had to get started other than the preliminary.
So yeah, I think so when I started reading, it was kind of easy to break Dr. Stone up into different arcs. Now it's a little more complicated because we're kind of in a new arc.
It's the initial beginning. Break, preparing, getting to the village, And then there's basically the Stone Wars.
The Storm Wars, yeah. So and then those were like the three.
Yeah.
And then there was kind of like a transitionary arc where it was like post Stone War before we have like the what do they call it? The Petrification Kingdom? Yeah,
it's more like a ship travel preparation arc where they have to get stuff to prepare for a long travel.
But an entire year passes.
Yes, time skips like crazy in this, which surprised me.
Yeah, early on, like when Senku and Taiju first break out, like I believe like half a year passes, which is crazy.
Yes.
And then so currently Senku is like 19, I think.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
No one really ages.
Yeah, of course, because it's fucking manga. But it's insane that he is 19 in like a Shonen Jump manga. And I know that doesn't sound crazy, but it actually is.
It is. He's an old man compared to other characters in Shonen Jump. So, I guess we talk about Senku. So, how are your thoughts on our main character?
So, I love Senku.
Yeah.
He's just fantastic. He's so good. I love his scheming. One thing I really like about him is you could, like, on a cursory glance, you would think he's, like, OP because he just has all of the science in his head.
But, he's physically, like, unable to do anything. Like, that's one of my favorite things. Like, he is useless, like, in a physical altercation. He has to, like...
It takes him forever to just build a fire. Like...
him literally trying to pull up Magma when he fell down the hole. Like, literally dying, trying to, like, hold on to him just for, like, dear life.
Yeah, he's just so... He's so charming, and the scenes, especially with him and his dad, are just, like, so... good.
He doesn't show any emotion like too much, other than like you kind of feel him a little bit, but he doesn't like cry or anything. Yeah, he's just trying to keep that strong image.
I love that, and the way that him and his dad communicate is just like they totally get each other. Like the one scene,
but don't worry, they're not by blood, even though they have the same hair color. And
so there's always rumors when it comes to manga. The rumor about the whole Senku and his dad thing not being blood related is literally. Because the editors were worried about like shipping
incest,
about like Senku being paired with Kohaku, and it being like an incest thing, which is like first off stupid. Because if you think about human generations, if you go back, I think it's like
whole village is incest.
Yes, if you go back 8 generations in human, like if you, dear viewer, if you go back 8 generations, from
go use 23andMe, Family Tree, FamilyTree.com.
Like if you married and had children with someone that was related to your 8th ancestor, it would be like a quarter of the world. It's like insane how much, if you just go back a couple generations, how connected humans are.
Yeah.
It's kind of, and this is like literally thousands of years.
I think you only wants a woman that can pump oxygen into a furnace.
But so I don't know how true that whole thing is, if it was an editor telling him, but I don't, it doesn't really affect
anything. It doesn't affect anything. I don't, he's not very, like, he'll worry about romance once he's frees everyone, and only 2 women declared love on, or wait, what, he's already been married and divorced.
Yes.
I think 1 woman actually declared like liking them.
So the one thing I do want to talk about, I feel like most of this will just be me talking about like my favorite moments in Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
Because I think Dr. Stone is a very good manga that has like incredible moments.
Yeah, I think going up into the first, up where the anime went to, everything kind of like, they had a couple goals, but it took them a while to get to those goals. Like, you got a couple things, but it wasn't like, but once they got to the manga, it was just rapid fire. Like, they were making stuff non-stop and getting to their goal like quick.
Yeah, I think early on it's kind of just like you're building up momentum because you have to start with like really basic things. But once Senku starts to make more complicated things, it's like easier to make. Of course, that's like the fun. But so one thing with Senku and his dad, going back to that, is like I love the scene when they put the glass record that Senku's dad made. And he's giving this whole speech about, like, we're humans that survive, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, Senku, you're listening, aren't you? And it's just like this, I love that moment so much. And then Senku doesn't even react. He's just like, this old bastard. Like, I love that dichotomy relationship.
Love of them making Senku like a observation telescope to, like, look into the stars. I love that moment.
So nice. The one thing I love about Dr. Stone, well, there are many things, but everyone is such a, like, good person.
Everybody is a good person. I love everybody has a use in this. Not one person is useless.
Oh, it's so wonderful. Even, like, Magma, even, like, Mantle, like, the shitty, even, like, the fat guy, like, everyone has a purpose.
He works for food. He's a worker.
Everyone has a purpose in the society, in science society.
They have a mangaka at one point.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, yeah.
It's just, that's one thing that I love. Another moment that I resonate with intensely is when Senku makes the camera for...
Oh my god.
I don't know her name. This is maybe the problem is, like, so many of these characters I'm not going to remember their names just because
what's her name? It is...
I don't, like, comprehend names when I read manga.
Minami.
Yes. The scene when he makes the camera for her is just so... And of course it gets, like, undercut with a joke about him making $1 million, but...
He does a lot of things, like, where, like, he makes a minor thing for them, and it kind of just, like, he doesn't go right away to it, like, with Gen, Nicola.
Yes. And it's just... It shows so much that Senku is very compassionate. He's a
man of his word. He doesn't forget, like, a promise.
He's just like a Lannister. He always pays his debts.
Shut up. I don't understand that reference.
Well, it's...
Shut up.
It's not really a reference, but we're just like a statement.
I know the Game of Thrones reference. Shut up.
But no, Senku is so compassionate, and he understands, like, what is important to people and how to motivate people.
Yeah.
And, like, so, yeah, when he gives her the camera, and it's just like, this is her purpose. And in this world, she couldn't use her purpose without this one thing.
He's definitely one of my favorite shonen protagonists because he feels different compared to, like, so many that I read. He's not as super unique as the Chainsaw Man protagonist. He's just so weird.
Who just wants to fuck?
Touch a boob, man. Why you want to grab?
You want to touch a boob.
Dude, the last 3 chapters have been like they've been great.
I haven't. Don't tell me. I'm not caught up. But
another recommendation.
Yeah, honestly, Senku just feels like such a breath of fresh air. I think Dr. Stone in general feels like such a breath of fresh air to be part of Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't feel like a Shonen Jump, but it doesn't. Kind
of like with Hunter x Hunter, where, like, there's, like, multiple protagonists and they all have, like, pros and cons and they do get their shit pushed in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Senku...
I want to talk briefly about, like, other protagonists. So, like,
other
Shonen Jump ones.
I talk about the ones I read. Like, I know, like, Luffy, Naruto, and Goku.
Actually, I think Goku's more epic than Senku. I'm kidding.
Goku's power level is just so high.
Goku could fucking kill Senku.
Goku's unique because he's an idiot and causes, like, more trouble than good, and he doesn't learn any original techniques other than, like, maybe 1 or 2.
Well, the worst part about Goku is that he just doesn't learn. He doesn't learn from his mistakes. There's so many, like, problems that he could solve. And, like, I don't want to make this a Dragon Ball cast.
Even Naruto, like,
I don't know anything about Naruto.
He started from the bottom. There's good moments in Naruto, but he kind of gets annoying at some points. But then again, I grew up watching that anime more so, and there's a lot of stupid stuff that happens in Naruto that I get angry about. And Luffy's fine. Luffy has there's one arc I really love Luffy in, but that's an amazing arc, the best arc in One Piece, and I want you to read it without anything.
I just want to, I will read One Piece.
Everybody knows the best arc if you read One Piece, so...
Skypiea.
No.
I've heard so many names from One Piece. Okay. But so, in comparison to, like, I feel like the main thing with so many shonen protagonists is, like, having, like, determination and blah, blah, blah. And Senku has that, but Senku also has, like...
Also Power Punch.
Yeah, Senku doesn't have... And, like...
Power-ups, like...
Yeah, this isn't something that you can really give, like, a more grounded... I mean, it's hard to call Dr. Stone grounded because it kind of isn't.
He has no physical power. He has the power of science, and he's limited to his resources, which is a common thing of, like, how many resources they have, or what they have on them.
And it's about his intellect and, like, his way of utilizing his friends and assets.
The recent arc is just, like, him being separated from all these uses and just kind of having what's on him, or having to sneak in and get those resources that make, something, or, like, makeup or whatever.
Oh my god, the fucking makeup. This is the problem with Dr. Stone. There's so many things I want to talk about, but we just won't have time.
Yeah, like, Senku, I find, like, he has his own, like, limits to him, and I love it.
Yeah.
And, like, him and the main character in Chainsaw Man, probably the most, like, unique one Shonen Jump have.
Yeah.
And then, and let you know, I haven't read every single Shonen Jump.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of Shonen Jumps
Demon
that
Slayers
have unconventional protagonists. I don't
care about him either.
Yeah, I don't care.
Much, but sorry, Demon Slayer fans. So,
actually, not sorry.
Anything else about Senku before we get...
No, I did want to... we haven't mentioned Chrome at all.
I was going to move on to Chrome, because I think that's the
best. A really good...
So, I was really worried with Chrome that he was just going to be that guy that kind of, like, cheers on the sideline to Senku. We're just learning from him, just asking questions, supposed to be like the watcher.
Oh, almost like an audience surrogate. Yeah.
But he
like, what is this science thing?
But he comes in really on his own. He learns stuff on his own. Like, puts two and two together, and literally, like, makes the water wheel. Gets busted out of prison from little things he learned, but makes his own, like, his own twist on it.
I fucking love Chrome. It's like this is like one of the core things about what I love about Dr. Stone. One of them is like, there's a place for everyone in society.
Yes.
Like, there's a place to like express your passion, and there's also like the human spirit is like unkillable.
Yeah, the one thing, like, no matter what, even if I die, there's always gonna be some crazy
Yes.
knucklehead that's gonna be dipped their toe in a science.
Exactly, yeah. Like the whole idea of just like even in this weird future where there's only like a few tribes of people, there's going to be one guy that is going out in the world and experimenting, and
that
and to see Chrome succeed is so much more satisfying than seeing Senku succeed.
And not only is he like the number 2 science guy, probably he is like the ultimate explorer.
Yes,
for them as well. Like he's a gatherer.
And it's great because it doesn't just feel like Senku too.
Yeah.
Like if he feels like his own.
I loved him
thing.
escaping from prison. That was like my favorite thing.
Oh, so good.
Oh my god! Chrome, he just comes on his own, and that whole thing during the whole village fights was great.
Oh, I remember just like when I was reading it and I got to the village like tournament arc thing, I was just like, this is awesome. I was just so blindsided by like a tournament arc in Dr. Stone and the way that they like subverted a lot of the things about like the goal of it. I don't know. I was just really impressed because it was just like everything felt so different from like a standard like manga at the time. Like, and I was like, oh my god, a tournament arc.
The arc also, like, the invention of glasses had to go in there as well. Like, glasses were very important in that arc, and like not only did it help like Kinro, the whole thing with Suka as well. With like she like
I fucking love Suka.
I know the manga is very good, but the anime does it good too. Where it doesn't, there's no dialogue. They just bring her in the music. The music's great in the anime.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Okay, so one of the elephants in the room that I haven't mentioned yet is I'm not a huge fan of the anime.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a decent adaptation. I think it doesn't look as good as the manga, and that's a big check against it. But the music is one thing that I will say is like, I didn't picture music when I was reading it, like that kind of music, but it goes so perfectly with the setting.
Yeah.
This kind of really weird, like, I think it's like bagpipes. There's like heavy bagpipes.
There's bagpipes. There's like that. It's kind of like the weird rap, kind of like has like.
Oh yeah, there is some like hip hop sort of.
Kind of like what Gurren Lagann goes into with some of the rap they have in there.
Yeah, that's fun because it's kind of like the whole like new versus old.
And I've seen the manga version of that moment too, just like bringing her out there to the flower field and seeing.
Oh my god,
the field. It's so good.
There's so many wonderful moments that just Dr. Stone makes me cry constantly. It is so it affects me so emotionally.
Like when the old man he's like about like not having like friends
Oh
and
my
then he's like,
god.
what are you talking about? You have 2 friends right here.
Yes. And that's okay. I want to talk about Kizuke. We're just gonna kind of go rapid fire with characters.
Oh yeah.
Kizuke is like one of my favorite characters ever. It's just like another thing that I just love all the concepts behind Dr. Stone characters. Like you have everyone else in this like village, but when Senku is trying to like work his way in there, everyone is super apprehensive. They don't want to do anything with him. They're just like, we'll stick to our ways.
Don't touch the outsider.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we have Kizuke, he does get pulled against his will.
He does. He's wrapped up in rope. I don't know how Chrome managed to do that. But.
I think it was Kohaku.
What was Chrome?
Because she's a beefy girl. But so the whole thing with him, it's like, he's this old man who has just been doing the same thing his whole life, but he's had like a passion. And when he was younger, he talked about like wanting to do things and him being given the opportunity to like learn and how quickly it's like the opposite of the old dog new tricks, or you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's like, yes, you can. Like if you have the passion for something, if you really are invigorated, you can start at any time. Like I have recently started to get into art, and like I'm an old guy. I'm 26 now. Jesus. And I mean, it's not normal for people to like start art. I feel like later. I think it's when things you like do. Yeah, this was
a freaking hobby that we started out with.
It was. But it just feels like really good to see that kind of thing where it's just like it's never too late to pick up something. It's never too late to get really passionate about expanding like your horizons.
Your passion will never stop at a certain point. You can always expand it more and more.
Even if you're super old, and then
he loves his car. Then he becomes a car man.
Oh, the fashion when they get all the fashion.
He looks great in a suit.
Oh my god, he's so fucking awesome. He's such a cool, badass old man. I love Kizuke so much. And Soika, when they put Soika in the little like dress, I was like, so cute. I love Soika so much too. She's also another character that's just like she's almost the opposite of Kizuke. She's like this kind of weird misfit. And
where's the watermelon?
Yeah, but because she like it helped her, but she also like really identifies with it at the same time. And it's just like I love it. I just love her. She's so passionate and she wants to help.
The best detective they have.
Yeah. And her whole thing is kind of the same arc where it's like she wants to be useful. Her whole thing is she always wants to help. So she's constantly trying to find her niche in society.
That's what I love, like, during, like, especially when they made the phone, like, they have her, like, you're perfect for the wires, or, like, need you to investigate. Like, Senku knows that that's what she wants, and that they'll keep doing it.
Yeah, and she's so happy to help. And I'm just like, I love you, Soika. You're so fucking cute.
And I was talking about my favorite character is Gen.
Gen. Oh, we haven't talked about Gen yet.
Yeah, I know. Gen, probably one of my top favorite characters in this.
So I think they did a popularity poll within like the last 20 chapters, and I think Gen was number 1. He was number 1 and number 2.
You know what's so funny? Going into the anime and like watching the OPs and like the OP, it like made him look like he was like an evil villain. And I'm like, no, he's a goofball. Like he's very he's a mentalist, but he's a very goofball. Hard just wants his cola.
Yeah, again, the fucking cola thing is just so good.
I got so happy when I saw him drink that damn cola and watch all the YouTube videos of people trying to make that cola. and yeah, I love. He's a master impersonator. Just like all his every time they send him in there to negotiate or use his tricks, like the whole negotiate in
mentalism.
Yes,
his mentalism.
The Restark had him do negotiation, and I love that because he had to use like all these tricks, and it tells like all the tricks. I
love that. Like if he's like, okay, you have to get on the same side of someone. Make sure you're facing the same way because it feels like you're a team.
Get him to change the subject into something else to go your way.
Yeah.
I just like the little things like that. Everybody still has their use no matter what. And he's like another and his song in the anime. He has a song he sings when he does the batteries, and I love that.
Which is a fun little like foreshadow for when he sings the Lillian song, which is hilarious.
There's a great part too.
They didn't get to that in the anime, did they?
What?
The Lillian song.
No, that's how they get Nikki to join their side, which is not yet. So, but no, he also has the whole part where they have to get someone to go with Kohaku to the Petrification Kingdom, and they have the cross-dressing thing. Like but Gen's too tall. But I never got that thought of him being tall.
I know he seems so small.
I would feel him as short. I like you.
Also, the cross-dressing scene is like one of my favorite. Gen is so fucking adorable in his little girl costume, and I love the one thing that I really love about the character design are like the scars, like and Gen's scar constantly changing is awesome.
When he comes goes his way, it goes this show and the manga both do great close up, and he had this one where his scar took a long mouth, like a devilish grin. I love that. And the thing that we're worried about because they've been drawing, if you get petrified and freed again, you lose your scar. Or the crack?
Yeah, you lose all your cracks because I guess that they heal. I guess that's the.
But it looks so cool. I don't want them to do that.
I know. I don't. It's gonna happen because we've seen Risu.
We'll get to
who we haven't talked about yet. He lost his scars, and I love his scars so much. They were so cool.
And Gen is very iconic for his scar.
Yeah, Gen. It's like a very fundamental part of his design. Gen is so good. Gen is just wonderful.
I love him. I want more. I can't wait. I would love seeing him more and more. He's the number 2 of Senku for the most part. It's not Chrome and Gen are his three. The main 3.
So we kind of mentioned it earlier. So Dr. Stone has I guess you could say 4 main arcs right now. And the first one is deemed by a lot of people to be kind of the weakest.
It's literally the introduction into the main character and the villain.
Yeah, and I would say that it's pretty. It's definitely not as good.
We get introduced to Taiju.
Yeah, I was trying to transition to
both. Talk about both of them.
Yeah, so initially I didn't really have too much of a connection to these characters.
I like Taiju a lot, but the girl not so much. But once we got back, they came back. Yes. I love them both.
I feel like I think there was just a little bit of uncertainty early in the manga.
Yeah.
Of what he really wanted to do with these characters, but having them come back and giving them because obviously from a utility point of view, Senku needed someone that could do things for him. Heavy
lifting, and then yeah.
Yeah, so they had a good symbiotic relationship, but having Yuzuriha and giving her
ultimate sewer.
Yeah, giving her a thing to be into is so good, and
she's like she developed all the fashion we get, like all the stuff we have to sew and like she's like a machine.
And while she is sewing clothes, Taiju's out sewing the fields with thieves.
Nice transition.
Which another like fantastic moment that I love. So early on, like one of the first chapters, Senku mentions how when you crush up seashells, and I can't remember what it's called, the lye or whatever. It's not lye. Lie's poison. When you crush up seashells, you can like put them in your garden beds to fertilize the plants. And this is something that Taiju takes like this must have been in like chapter 100 or like 90 something. And he takes like that advice and utilizes it, and his crops grow the best.
And he gains a hat.
Yes, the prize was a hat from Yasuriha. And the scene when she just gives him the hat, I was like actually crying. It was just like, the characters have learned so much. They've grown so much. Yasuriha is like, I don't know. It just felt like Taiju was like, he was finding his place in society.
And like his also like stamina is ridiculous, especially during like the scuba scene where he just like takes one breath of oxygen and he gets every stone back, and it's like awesome. I just love him so much.
He's good for those like,
he's lovable,
the superhuman feats of strength sort of thing.
He's more stamina than strength.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that scene so much. It's just like, yeah, and I just love how that's one thing that I wish, I feel like the perfect society would be able to do is having a role for everyone, having everyone find their place. Because I think this is going to be me getting a little topical. I feel like a problem with current day America is that a lot of people don't know where they fit into society. And Sam is giving me very strange looks. And this is something that I feel in a very, very strong way as well. Is like, identity is a very hard thing to, like, it's very hard to find where you fit. And to see this in like a manga is just so satisfying. It's just like, this is what could be. Like, I will be there one day. I will find my niche of where I belong. And it just makes me, it fills me with the warm fuzzies.
Yes. So, do you want to quickly talk about, before we get to the after anime characters, Kinro and Jinro?
Oh yeah, I love those two little boys.
Kinro's kind of like the straight arrow, or Ginro is more so the character that goes through more stuff, I think.
Yeah, they're like really classic foils. And I love that they're actually brothers. It's something I forget about all the time. They are actually brothers.
I don't think I remember them actually mentioning that.
They mention it like once in the anime, I think.
I mean, technically everybody's related in that village, but...
I mean, you go back far enough, we're all related.
I know.
We all come from Africa, Sam.
the great continent of Pangea, I know.
Yeah, I think they work really well as foils of like...
Jinro's the main one I want to talk about, though.
Yeah, Jinro is very good. I love Jinro.
He is the Kazuma of this, where everybody knows he's a scumbag. No one wants to really rely on him, but he's way more useless than Kazuma for the most part.
He's so useless.
But
he's just a body. He really is just a body.
He's like, oh, we need you to win. Like, oh, you can be the the chief.
Chief, yeah.
And then he just completely tries to win, but he's like too busy shitting himself by eating the ingredients of energy drinks.
The quickness of him turning on everyone is so funny, and it's just like it makes it even sweeter when he does have his redemption moments.
Yeah, and then in the recent arc, it's like him sneaking, going to Kinro was like the statue. It was such a good moment. This thing, and
then he like sacrifices himself
for the secret.
Yeah, it's just like Ginro. He's grown so much.
Which I was at the party like, oh, I'm not gonna go with them, and then he just gets dragged back to the ship to join.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh, and the scene, when he's like, when they're leaving and he's like, he swims and just like, Kinro. And good boy.
He's a good boy.
Also, one thing I like about Kinro is that he has like the cool guy persona, but oftentimes it's undercut by like him being a little insecure or
him not wanting to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of like really funny little bits to his character that make it feel more than just like a generic tough guy.
Should we talk about like Tsukasa before?
Oh yeah, we should.
Before the first real villain or antagonist, I guess.
Yeah.
Because
it's really hard to think of him as an antagonist because I love him so much.
He did try to murder, but then don't worry, because completely negate it because you can just glue everything back together.
He thought he killed him.
He thought he killed him.
He thought he was a murderer.
And he never forgot the statues he broke, which I love that little moment. But yeah, he is ridiculous. He is the overpowered like
primate
Danganronpa character that just completely like breaks the rules of everything. Character.
Him punching the lion is really good.
And then having his pelt.
Yes, that is... this I feel like so much is conveyed to the art in this. And when I remember specifically being so disappointed of the reveal of when he, like, skinned the lion and, like, wore the pelt. Because in the manga, that panel is majestic. It looks so good.
I think you showed me that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure after the first episode, I was like, Sam, you need to see the actual panel. It's just so much better. But yeah, it looked fine in the anime. But it just, I don't know, you look at that picture and you know everything about Tsukasa. Like, he's totally just like a might makes right, doesn't think any, like, more complex thoughts than just, like, survival and blah blah blah. But
and you don't get much about him until probably closer to the
end of the Stone Wars.
Yeah, where we get the Senku and him teaming up part, which freaking love.
Incredible when they high five. Okay, so the
fist bump.
Maybe I'm crazy. I would like to go back and check, or have a listener go back and check. But in the first arc, when him, Taiju, and Tsukasa are just having a bro sesh, like when they were just doing, like, surviving, when things were nice before Tsukasa tried to kill him, I remember there being, like, a running gag, maybe not a running gag, but Senku and Tsukasa would high five. They didn't do it in the anime, but when they have their final moment of, like, when they beat Hyoga, they do the high five, and it's, like, this great moment. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the anime, and maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm fucking crazy.
Because you have to wait on it. Tsukasa has to earn that. You should have to earn it.
But it was like it was like a callback. Maybe I'm I don't know.
I don't know.
I remember there being, like, Senku, Tsukasa high fives, and then that was, like,
could not tell you,
a big moment at the end when they high five. But still awesome.
But yeah, and then, as the wiki said, he's clinically dead.
He is dead, currently.
Clinically. And then, yeah, his sister's gonna watch over him. But what do you think of him basically joining them now and kind of being a good guy?
It's the best part of Dr. Stone. Another thing I love about Dr. Stone, chalk it to the list.
The running theme
is redemption. Is anyone can be redeemed.
Which I'm curious to see how this current arc's gonna end.
Yes, because I feel like we have a character that cannot be redeemed.
Yes.
In any way. He seems too
He's
evil.
going to be turned to stone, I think,
Probably.
and then locked up.
That's, like, redundant. Just, like, turn you to stone and put you behind bars.
Didn't that happen to Hyuga? Did that happen to Hyuga? Or Hyuga?
I guess he technically would have been...
He was turned to stone and he was in the cell, and then he just then he put the
Well, he was turned to stone after, because... So he was...
No, remember his mouth was cute. Remember, the entire boat got turned to stone. Everybody on the boat was turned to stone.
Yeah,
and then
okay,
freedom, and then...
We're on the same page. I thought we were confused.
No.
We're not. No. But, yeah, so we're talking about Isvara.
Yeah.
I believe that's his name. He's the Jafar-looking motherfucker who has killed... He killed Genro. Not really. Because we have petrification.
Minister Bara, yes.
So... what I was going to say is, like, I love how you can be redeemed, like, especially the state of the world that they're in. Like, they can't afford to get rid of someone like Tsukasa.
Yes.
Like, you can't afford to not forge, like, to make amends with him, because he's too important. You need his abilities. And I think that's just a really strong message of it's so much better.
They will follow a strong leader.
Yeah. It's so much better to, like, repair bonds between people than it is to just callously kill or get rid of it because they're inconvenient. The only time we've ever seen, like, death actually happen for real in Dr. Stone is when Hyoga kicks his minions into the
and even
sulfuric
he's getting
acid.
redemption.
And he is currently redeemed. Hashtag Hyoga gang.
I miss his weird crack on his mouth that I was cured now that I
love Hyoga, though.
He's too hot.
He's so... The moment when... And this is one, like... You love to see it because it's, like... Because they team up and they're helping. Like, they're all good. Everyone's helping.
Never Homer. He's MIA.
Yeah, Homer, yeah. She'll come back.
So, I want to talk about one of the best boys that introduced... You know who I'm talking about.
I do know who you're talking about.
Yes.
Very recently.
Yes.
We'll say it on 3. We'll count 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yo.
Francois.
Yeah, we did.
We both said that wrong.
I know. That's the joke.
Yeah. I actually really love Francois. Francois is probably one of my favorites. I don't know if Francois is considered a girl because they use gender neutral.
It's ambiguous.
So I wouldn't say Francois is my best girl, but they are one of my favorite characters.
They are best.
they're very good.
They are best they.
The fact that they are also...
You don't call them baby, call them they.
that they're also really into cooking helps for me because cooking is a passion of mine.
I love them eating burnt bread for the first time.
Oh my
and
God.
Loving it.
So many wonderful scenes.
The food stuff always fun, but
Yo is also great though.
Yo
is
a character I thought would never be redemption. I thought he'd just be in the wild, just kind of watching. But no, he is a crew. He is the gunman. He is the worst police officer ever.
I love that he's a police officer.
But he's also like one of my favorite characters.
I know. That's why Dr. Stone is so... I think the writer is just incredible because
I love his outfit.
Every character gets a moment. Every single fucking character gets a great moment.
Like, the whole muscle team is the gorilla team is my favorite because you have Nikki and, like, they're all there. And, like, she's there to keep them in line. Just everybody interacts like that. Like, there's no one, like, really, like, pushed off.
One of my favorite periods in the manga so far has been that the post-Stone Wars transitionary arc where they're building the boat. Prep. And because it just felt like... It felt like they were finally getting a chance at, like, society. And you got to jump around and see all of these different characters interacting and, like, developing. And, like, just seeing Suika in school. Just seeing her, like, learning in school. I was crying. I was like, yes, oh my God, she needs... This is wonderful.
Well, with our introduction to our sailor boy, that's where...
Ryusui.
We got some major... The actual best boy. Yeah, very good boy. If you didn't guess who we were talking about, that was him. He is fantastic. He is one of the most interesting characters in this. I love him.
He's so wonderful. I love that he's like hardcore capitalism. He makes money. He makes them invent money.
He makes a mansion
so that he can
he has a mansion
so that he will do stuff because he wants money.
Also, Gen's just like with money is hilarious.
The one panel where Gen and Senku are like holding all the money and like laughing is one of the best.
Literally uses money to like manipulate everyone in it, and I love that.
It's so good.
And just like his motivation, he wants to explore. Like,
I love Ryusui so much. He
wants to find the oil field, the whole oil field search, the whole hot air balloon arc was Chrome getting the hot air balloon made me choke up much.
The hot air balloon scene. This is something I think about like almost daily. Is when they see the hot air balloon flying for the first time, and Kizuke is just like he's crying, and she's like, "This is I've never thought we could fly." Like it just I never ceases to amaze me how they show like how because it's such a good. I mean, obviously these are fake people. Like this is fiction, and they're not real people. But it's showing how far science has come from like how the human began
from
just,
literally
like,
sticks.
Yes, literal sticks and stones to being able to fly, and it's just wonderful.
The whole build up of Chrome getting onto the balloon, everybody kind of going like Gen trying to like making Chrome think he won and everything. It's like, oh God, it's so good. It's like feel good moments in manga,
and they never feel shallow. They always feel so earned.
Yeah,
like. The characters have struggled so much for this.
These are characters that never got to experience the modern world, and you gotta remember that. So, them eating crappy ramen and it being amazing, or cotton candy.
Yeah, when they have the cotton candy for the first time, and I think Gen is just like, I've never been a fan of cotton candy before, and they're just like, oh my God, this is the sweetest thing I've ever tasted.
And this is Gen having cola for the first time, he's like crying from it. So yeah, he's one of my favorite character. He gets the hat because another symbol of the hat.
The hat. He gets the hat and the snap. I love the snap thing he does all the
fingers,
time.
I love his finger scars he has.
His finger scars.
So cool, and I really wish he didn't gonna get rid of them. I kind of hope he just retcons and draws it again like that.
Well, Boichi has said that he has forgotten to draw the scars on him sometimes.
Other than Gen, probably like the face ones, like Senku and Gen's for the most part, and whatever the hell's on. So the new Paper Girl and Yuzahira have it. Those.
I know.
Earphones.
It's confusing.
I don't understand. I don't know.
It looks like it's shells. It looks like it's supposed to be shells or rocks, but it also is just like earphones.
Also, I completely like Ukyo looks like a Hunter x Hunter character.
Ukyo,
the bow and arrow.
Yes, he does. He really does.
Yeah, like look at the Hunter x Hunter.
Ukyo is a character that I don't feel super attached to, but he's just also a very good boy. And
he's cool. He's a good boy. He has his niche. He's a submarine. He did the
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, he's an because he sits in the radar the entire time.
That's right.
Because he worked in a submarine, but he's also good with a bow and arrow.
Yeah,
as you tend to be. That was his use, but he kind of hadn't had like a real use in this arc because arc's mainly.
Well, he did.
He came back.
He was able to like shoot the thing, which it didn't do anything, but it was like
it gave them the image of it didn't affect the arrow.
He's been useful, but not like as useful as he was.
Yes, he basically everybody splits up into teams. He's like the muscle for the most part. It's like because this current arc we're on is mainly like Senku arc with Kohaku as well. Kohaku's finally getting a little bit time to shine after a while.
Yes,
we've been talking about Kohaku a lot.
I love Kohaku,
which I didn't feel much about her other than like. Until this recent arc, which I love her reaction. Like we have to pretty her up, and her just having the cat face on.
Oh, that's so funny.
The killer cat face.
Yeah, she does have the killer cat face. Kohaku is such a playful character, and I really like what they do with her. Of like, she's got this like contrast between Ruri, obviously, of being like, that's something that she even like brought up like textually, but she's just so. She's another one of those characters that's just like she knows her niche and she's just so confident in it. And her eyesight. I don't remember them stressing the eyesight in the anime. I remember it being a lot bigger thing in the manga.
Yeah, it becomes a bigger thing later on in the manga, especially when like I think searching
with
for
the oil. Yeah. But
yeah,
I just love Kohaku. She's so like passionate and she's just a great like protagonist girl.
I love her like relationship with Chrome. Just like we called her Gorilla, but like, he doesn't like knock down the ground. He's just so used to it. He just doesn't bother him. If you never notice that, in the anime does it and the manga does it, or he just doesn't like. He's so used to it. The calling her Gorilla and taking the hits from it. But I just love her like. They have to pretty her up and she's like disgusting.
She's just never taken care of herself.
They never have shampoo. Funny. Remember they have to invent shampoo and conditioner?
Yeah.
Her hair goes all over the place. And then
I love the makeover scene so much. And then when Genro gets made over and he becomes a cute little girl, oh my god.
They let Senku try to do the makeup, and then the one girl they meet on the Petrification Island has to do it instead.
Yeah. Kurosame? Is that Kurosame? Or is Kurosame the girl with the...
It is. Amaryllis.
Amaryllis, that's right.
Kurosame is like the baby bad girl, which she's probably joining them.
She's the one that deploys the petrification weapon. Which we haven't even talked about.
We're kind of getting there.
This is just the general, just like... I love Dr. Stone, and I want to talk about it.
Even these characters that just come in like the recent arc. What are they called? The bald dude that came out of nowhere, and this like really good character. Soyuzu. Soyuzu.
Which I don't remember him being teased in the manga, but they teased him in the anime.
Yes,
they had him when they showed scenes of the village.
Teased the Tsukasa's village boys as well.
They did, and they also teased Nikki in the flashback. Mm-hmm. They showed Nikki in the Lillian flashback, which was really good, and I was really happy to see that.
Yeah, but like he's like a character mainly for this arc because he's like someone that watched up on the village and just like his whole thing like his gimmick is he had like the best memory. He remembers everything from like his infanthood,
which is fucking weird.
A little bit.
I really like that because he's such a nondescript character. He looks like a background character.
Yes,
and I love that he's been given this like whole arc where he's stepping up to this role. And...
Do you remember Cyborg? You ever watch Aim for Cyborg 09? There was like the one guy who could shapeshift. He looks like that guy.
He has to touch his belly button.
Yes,
to shapeshift.
He looks like him.
What number is that? Is it 7?
No, he's not. He made 8.
I think you're right. This is totally inconsequential.
I used to love that the one version of that show that was on Toonami or Maguzi, whatever it was called. Maguzi just rolls off the tongue. But but his arc, like, seeing like the stone statue of his dad was great, and just like it's so like that whole moment is super good, and it's like it's this new character kind of being thrown at, like he was always kind of there in the background apparently, able to realize, but
yeah, I love that.
Oh. I guess talk about the recent arc characters then.
So yeah, we already talked about...
Magma's the only one we didn't really talk about, and he's still pretty good, but he's just like that muscle head. He's Gaston. Yeah, Gaston. Him and Mantor are Gaston and what's the... LeFou.
Magma's a character that I turned around like 100% on. Like, hated him at first because I think you're supposed to hate him.
Yeah, you're supposed to hate him. Supposed to be he's the antagonist of the whole get into the village.
Yeah. But he's so good, and I love him.
I love his arc. When you have to go into the cave, the whole arc of him, and just
that's awesome.
Just loving. He loves all the things that are being created for the first time, and like is really like kind of like blowing his mind. Like as long as you keep making these new things, I'm not gonna kill you. Yeah,
and you also have the scene where he saves Senku. Like he tried to save Senku.
Yes.
So he has a heart of gold. One thing I like about him too is he's not just like it's not like he just flipped and became a good guy. He's still an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, which is great. And it's great to, like
him stealing the gun.
Yes, him stealing the gun. Him getting competitive with, I think it was Yo.
Yeah, him and Yo try to become farmers as well. Yes. They all want a hat.
And they were just being, like, real assholes about it for some reason.
They TF2.
It's hilarious. They're like TF2. They all want their hats.
They gotta get some refined metal, reclaimed metals, and then trade it for the unusual bison hat.
Hilarious.
So yeah, and then
do you wanna know what's fucking crazy? Sir Great Britain from Cyborg 009 is Cyborg 007. I called it.
Good for you. I think 008's the girl. No, maybe the girl. No.
The girl.
No, not the girl. Girl's like 2, because the baby's 1.
That's the one from Brazil.
I read they're all from different countries.
Oh, he's from Africa. Sorry.
My favorite was still to do with the gun hand and the missile knee.
I mean, I don't know.
That was his power. He had gun hand and missile knee. The one girl was just a girl that carried around the baby.
Okay, we can't talk about Cyborg 009.
We'll get back to Cyborg 009 cast.
All right, I'm going to talk about a show that I watched when I was 11.
Podcast 009, welcome. So
the one no one asked for.
The only character really left are the Petrification village characters, which Amaryllis, which I think she still has stuff to really be.
She's had a couple moments, but she hasn't really won me over.
So this arc, I felt like it feels like a One Piece arc. Yeah. Where they're kind of sailing, they end up on a village, they meet a side character that is like usually a female side character, and kind of like guides them around. There's antagonists on there. The ship is split up, and they each all have their own moments going into here. Mm-hmm. And it really feels like a One Piece arc. It hurts how much
it's really funny. I've heard that too, and I know you've read a lot of One Piece, so yeah, you'd have that perspective. It's like, even to me, when I was reading, I was like, this is what I imagined One Piece to be. Like, going to an island, on a boat, meeting new cast of characters.
Usually early One Piece, like, they meet a female character. Here's all this merchandise of this female character.
Nami.
Vivi. And then, but yeah.
Nico Robin.
Maybe they'll get a new shipmate like they do in early One Piece.
Hilarious.
So yeah, because we'll make it. Mozu might join up with them, and
yeah, Mozu totally could. I feel
Kirasame.
Like Mozu is totally like he's ripe for redemption.
Because they're have a spear squad of like him and Hyoga, and Kinro, just have a spear team.
So we didn't really talk too much about Hyoga. We kind of mentioned. I loved that he got redeemed. I looked up a video of. Well, we talked about this, but I want to talk about it on the podcast. I looked up a video of like the actual style of spearmanship.
Yeah, the weird like spinning the top of the spear around.
So yeah, what you have an empty hollowed out bamboo little tube that you put the spear through, and then you use that as a way to steady the spear while you rotate the base of the spear, and it creates a like in the way that they demonstrate it in the anime and the manga. It looks. Like
it's weird.
It looks a little silly. It looks like they add like a hit sound effect, like in a fucking shooter game, where it's
probably
like
something that like you have to watch a video of, and you kind of put the animation in your head of what you read.
So the whole idea is that it's basically, it's pretty much unblockable because you can't deflect something that is being controlled that tightly. I mean, by spinning it also it will hit you several times, I guess. Yeah, in the anime, it is like a punch.
Everybody's been like, it's been working like a punch in the manga. They've been like knocked out. They haven't been like stabbed or anything.
Well, Kinro got stabbed by it, and hilariously got better.
Well, no, Kinro
did get totally stabbed in the stomach.
Jinro got stabbed in this arc with like the hand.
Oh no, yeah, he got totally disemboweled by his cool hands.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that's like, okay, so we're going to move into the complaint corner in a little bit. Because I have some complaints.
The last character I want to talk about is Bakuga. Or any of the
dad.
Yeah.
You always say Bakuga, and I always forget who it is.
Fucking shitty My Hero kid.
Not even that, I just can't remember. Yes, Bakugan,
which is my favorite Naruto power-up.
I love Bakugo so much. He's such a wonderful dad. He's just such a fucking ray of sunshine, and I love him.
The whole flashback of him, just like everybody slowly dying, and like him getting the materials, like the
platinum, him
getting all
panning,
platinum, getting all the metals.
He's just panning in the water for precious metals.
Just dies in the water.
So that was such an interesting concept to be brought up about. I've never heard this before, about how if humanity were to like totally fail and humans were to try and like develop society again, all of the metal in the ground would have already been mined up because of like society currently. So it would be almost impossible for humans to get to the point we are today because they wouldn't have access to all those like nice precious metals.
Yeah.
Which is something I'd never heard of before. I thought that was really interesting. And it's so cool to give Byakuya another great moment because he's already had so many great moments.
It's literally his last moment.
Yeah, it's just so fucking wonderful.
Yeah. But yeah, so you want to talk about your cons?
I do want to say briefly, yeah, let's talk about the cons. All right, so this is something that I've had this opinion for a while. I'm trying to think back when it would have been. Recently, it's totally been like established, but so basically, in Dr. Stone, death doesn't exist anymore. They've totally beaten death to an extent. I know you're making a face at me. What I mean by that is we can't have a sudden character death.
Yeah. The only way to actually die is you have to die before you return to stone.
Yeah.
So if you're bleeding out, you have a chance to be alive. But if you die like on the spot, like because right now, Ginro's probably gonna live, but he got like if he died before the stone took over, he would have been dead.
Yeah, we've already seen characters like completely get disassembled. Like...
We don't know if breaking if you die because like there's the whole thing with the stone petrification thing affect dead bodies.
I don't know if we
because
know
we don't know.
yet.
The closest thing we have a tease that is the head of the village, a petrification village, because there's a dead body in the stone. So
yeah, but he could have just been petrified. I think he was just petrified, and then
but when they
broke him.
But when they break people when Tsukasa broke them, they were all stone. Remember?
Wait, where?
Remember Tsukasa breaks statues.
Yeah, but you can reassemble.
Yeah.
So technically they're in a state of non-death. Which is so weird to say, but technically anyone can be brought back.
But yeah, if you missed a piece, he left a scar. Like he could have got a poop scar on his back.
It's true. I forgot about the poop scar.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be something.
So basically, my problem is something that you see in manga, especially shonen manga, constantly are death fake outs.
Yeah, I know.
So we do a JoJo podcast, and recently in JoJolians, this past a couple chapters ago. There was a big death fake out, and
JoJo's full of them.
Yeah, and I'm at the point now, especially in Dr. Stone, because early on we had a Gen death fake out, which was just Gen being clever. We've had so many death fake outs that I just
Senku literally faked his death.
Yeah, Senku death fake out also. There have been like it gets to the point where when I see a character like when Ginro got his body pierced by Isvara's whatever his name is. His spiky hands. I was like, okay, well, I guess Ginro is just not going to be in the manga for a little bit. He will just come back though, because no characters can die. Especially when Senku made the perpetual. Senku finding platinum. He now has infinite access to revival water or to like stone revival. So any character can just come back. Like no character will die.
My money's still on the petrification ring breaking in this.
That's possible.
Because they still got to find the source of it, and so somebody can't petrify someone on the ship and then free them. But they can keep freeing people. Like they're probably going to across this road trip or sea trip.
But so that's one of my biggest complaints is like if they continue to do death fake outs. I already have like when I see it happen, I'm just like, okay, there's no tension here, unless they were to do something crazy like. Say like Senku's head got completely destroyed. Like say like Magma.
Tsukasa actually broke his neck. Like
Senku's head got crushed by like a boulder.
Yeah.
Like if his head exploded, I feel like maybe that would kill this person. But if we just keep getting like flesh wounds or
we're actually getting like actual like stabs now. With especially Ginro was so shocking to me because I thought they were just going to turn to stone.
Yeah.
So like now they're actually like I mean shonen. They do that when like stuff gets like crazy, whereas people actually like freaking Hunter x Hunter just like that first arc was just like, oh here's the characters,
they die.
One Piece had a big kind of thing like that where it kind of has that kind of moment where like okay, but then after that not really. So
yeah, basically I don't want to harp too much on this because I love Dr. Stone a lot, but death fake outs.
I want to do like Dragon Ball Z where you can literally wish them back, where I don't think it's anything like that. This is literally like they can petrify someone, but they're probably going to lose a petrification device somehow in this.
Yeah, well, but they have to get it back to Tsukasa.
They do, but they said they're originally going to the source of it, and I'm seeing them continuing to go to that source other than just, oh, we got it, this first place we stopped at. Like...
Yeah, I remember hearing someone, I think it was Best Guy Ever, he caught up recently, and he was saying how he felt like it was going to end soon, and as someone who's been reading it, like, on and off, like, I'll binge it when I'll wait, like, a few months and read it. I don't feel like it's going to end soon. I feel like
they still have to take because it said the other side of the Earth is where the signal or the thing started from, which...
So it's like Brazil.
It's like South America.
Yeah.
Probably like the Amazon forest or something. So you have to go through them creepy-ass rainforests.
And I mean, like, where they are right now, they're at, like, a big moment. And, like, there's what do they call it? The Dur Man? No, the Y Man. Why?
The why.
So that's like a big mystery,
and that had come from somewhere close too.
Yeah, I thought so.
I feel like that's something that came up, and like, oh, we have to deal with this village first before we go into that.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what happens because the arc is literally like, and we also learned that petrification it's not like an instant thing. It has a range.
Okay, that's the biggest thing we've learned recently is that the beam moves at a constant speed.
Yes.
So the big prevailing fan theory, even if you ask Matt Pat at what's his game theory?
Game theory, film theory.
He did an anime theory
Nick
for
Jr.
Senku. Nick Jr. He did an anime theory for Senku Dr. Stone, and it was about basically he's predicting what the petrification beam was. Well, before me it was a beam, I guess.
It's a 5 Nights at Freddy Easter egg.
Yes, actually he did say. No, I'm kidding. No, basically the prevailing fan theory was that it was nanobots.
Nanomachines, son.
Literally nanomachines. But this seems to kind of disprove it. This makes it seem like it is a
beam.
An actual, like, beam.
Yes. Because even the villagers, they weren't human. They were, I don't think it's genetic that you pass nanomachines.
Yeah, well, so the idea would be that there are nanomachines
in the air
everywhere.
I don't think so. I don't think they're that high tech with it.
That's the thing with Dr. Stone is, and this is the thing that Mampet brings up, not to, like, talk about fucking game theory for too long, but everything in Dr. Stone has been very explicitly rooted in real science.
Yes. So the craziest thing is the petrification beam.
Exactly, yeah. So to have that and have it be, like, magic would be really anticlimactic.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's why, like, people who care about this thing talk about, like, nanomachines makes the most sense because it's, like, feasible to have that kind of technology, or it's a way of, like, making that technology into something that is understandable for, like, a scientific lens, rather than it just being a beam that makes you stone, which feels a little more magic-y or a little more, like, fantasy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of like a thing.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Do you want to talk about character plot thing wise?
I did have another thing I wanted to say, but I forget what it was. Do you have any cons from Dr. Stone?
I think it's that right now it's that what we just went over. Cause that's the depth thing, but other than that, like, it's doing things that I wish more shonen did, which just give side characters a chance, and they constantly do that.
Has some of my favorite side characters.
Where, like, One Piece, like, half the ship, like, the crew is just not there in the arc. And only, like, half the crew.
And I think Dr. Stone does a pretty good job at juggling characters. Like, it's rare to see, except I think Taiju and Yuzuriha is, like, a glaring example of characters that just
they came back
for a very long time.
Yeah, they are gone, but they came back and they had moments and are very vital and still have good moments now.
Yes.
But I think that's probably that real con as well. But I think... characters have been fantastic as well. Like, I don't know. I like everyone. They're great. Even characters, I think I like the newspaper girl, but I loved her arc she had.
Yes. That's the thing. There's no character that Homer I don't think can either be redeemed or...
I'm worried about Homer being forgotten because she's literally been nothing.
Yeah, Homer is the one character that kind of needs... She's like one of the only original well, now that Hyoga has been #redeemed, and she's the only one from the original people that hasn't either died or been redeemed.
You have to keep Tsukasa nerfed because he's literally too strong.
He's too strong.
He is literally too strong. And so, I think that's really it. Alright, top 5 favorite characters, no order.
Oh, Let's see 5?
No, it's by no order.
Hold on, let me look at a character list.
I'm gonna say Gen, Nikki, Chrome, Ryosi, and Yo. I just loved all of them.
So clinically deceased.
I know.
All right. So
status alive, Ned Bigby.
so it's. I'm okay. I actually came across this really quickly, and I want to take a look a little bit longer, just so I don't blow any good ones. My mom just texted me, the Patriots lost.
Good.
That's good.
Good. American football fan. It's topical. The author did American football.
And he did an American football.
Suck it, Patriots.
Hell yeah. All right, so I have my characters. So I'm gonna start with Kohaku.
Okay.
No particular order.
I said no order.
All right, Kohaku, Soika.
Okay.
Ryusui.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3.
Share that one at least.
Senku.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say Francois, but Francois has not been in it enough.
Yeah, just
to be.
Just characters.
This is so hard.
I pick my characters. I'm just happy to see whatever they're on my page. I get so happy. Like just
Yuzuriha, maybe. I love Yuzuriha's like recent developments. It might just be. I said Senku, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Who's Francois? I'll just say Francois. I love Francois.
Your characters on there, like, there's not much about them like on there that you don't have to like, but I just love seeing them. I love what they do.
Yeah.
Put your 5 characters if you listen to this in the comments about no order, unless you want to put them in order. I don't care, but I love them. Like. I despise Yo and the whole prison thing, and then like once I got more and more him trying to integrate into the society, he became so great, and I fucking love him.
I love his whole like mini arc about like learning how to shoot the bad gun that they made. And,
I love the gun
being terrible. Oh, it's so
the
cool.
shot when he lands a bullet on the hand, it's so great.
You're just like, yes, Yo, I've been waiting for you to have a moment, and here it is.
And the one moment like the 2 chapters ago, it was like when Hyoga's talking to what's his name? Mozu, yeah. Mozu. And he just like, so like, what do you think about women? And he looks at Nikki, she smiles like, I think women have no rights, and it's like, I'm gonna beat this man to respect women, and he does. My favorite thing, he's like losing, then once he gets the spear on there, he just destroys him.
Oh, it's so satisfying, and like that whole thing.
I like Hugo, protect my woman.
And it's just the other thing of just like. Human society's gone so far. I like how that theme is tackled in so many different ways, whether it's like science or knowledge, and then that time it's like technique.
We get 2 villages, because you kind of remember, we get this village Senku finds, which is based off, his father and everything, which is kind of like a normal, like, tribe, more so, because they have a priestess and stories, that kind of thing.
It seems like it's what it was supposed to be.
Yes, and this one's more like one of those, like, fantasy show or you go to other planets, like this new like,
they have like a supreme leader sort of thing.
Yeah, supreme leader. They have like females are subjugated to like the leader and have like one of those kind of things. Like
it seems less egalitarian than like the regular.
I'm trying to give an example of like
a Star Trek.
Yeah, like a Star Trek planet, like kind of go to like something like that, like a primitive kind of village that you expect to see women in sexy clothing, like their clothing. And
yeah, actually, thinking about it, does feel a lot like classic Star Trek.
So, it's a one piece of Star Trek. So, it's interesting. So,
I think, yeah, I think that it's just like really good.
That's all we can say.
I don't really have anything specific to say.
I'm just super excited to see where it goes, and I'm hoping that Dr. Stone merch will slowly come out now that it's the show, because for a show that's 100 chapters in, and I don't see as much. Demon Slayer's getting a shit ton now, and I'm like, where's my Dr. Stone and Chainsaw Man merch? So when I started reading, okay, I can date this. So maybe I must have started like early 2018 or 2017, whatever. Because we went to Katsucon, and I was like, I am super into Dr. Stone, and no one is cosplaying as these characters. I can't wait for the catch.
And I want to see Kohaku cosplayers. I want to see Senku cosplayers.
I'll let Nikki step on me for the cosplayer of them.
You have to have thick lips to cosplay Nikki, though.
Botox sport.
And I'm also like, I would like to cosplay Dr. Stone, but I don't have there's not a character in it that I feel like I could cosplay.
I want to do it too, I just don't know what.
I feel like Gen would be really good for you.
Gen would
be a lot of fun. You could just do like the mouth thingy.
Speaking Pig Latin.
Yeah, speaking Pig Latin.
Drink some cola.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Pig Latin thing.
Some cola. I was gonna say, we shot out the video.
Yeah.
We want to understand more about what Gen in the dub does better.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how they they like see again will do this thing where he like switches syllables.
Yeah.
So they interpret it as Piglet, and it's really neat.
But I'm hoping since the season's done, people like it, and season 2 is confirmed, that I'm hoping we'll see a lot.
That was really cool at the very end of season 1. They were just like, hell yeah, season 2 already confirmed.
But we'll see.
Which I think that season 2 is probably going to end around the current area that we are.
I think it ends before the end of the boat.
Maybe. Well, it depends. I mean, they could do split core, or could they also could just do the thing where there's like, all right, we're just going to do like we're going to do a JoJo and just adapt the whole thing, and then just however many episodes it takes.
All the marketing right now, they released another image today of like the Stone Wars of like Gen, Chrome, and Senku's like hands into formation. Mm-hmm. But I think it's gonna end at the ship right before he's gonna leave, and that's where it ends, because hopefully the manga will be done, the petrification arc. And
I was really surprised at how quick the anime moved in some regards.
I think it's a great. I recommend it if you want to watch it. I recommend both reading and watching it.
Yeah, I recommend the manga.
If you want something, or even the ED of the first ED of the anime is fire, and I love it. I have it on Spotify. And I listen to it a lot.
Is it on Spotify?
Yeah, I have it on Spotify.
It's very good.
That and the first OP are very good.
I like the OPs enough.
I think the first one is good because it's a lot more unique. Mm-hmm. I love those OPs that don't sound like your standard OPs.
Yes, those are always very nice, because I feel like there's so many that just like I cannot tell them apart.
Like literally, the Fire Force first OP is great. Is fucking great.
This is a little story. Back when I was in college, I met a mythical otaku man who was a little tiny chubby guy. Who was a weirdo, but he did a thing where this is fun. It's funny because in college is when I got back into anime in a really big way. So he was like my portal into him and his girlfriend, but not at the time, were like my portal into this world. They were like, "Have you ever seen Gurren Lagann?" And I was like, "What?
Have you ever heard of this anime called Neon Genesis Evangelion?"
It's funny because that's when I actually watched Evangelion, but
I haven't watched it.
Traitor. But so basically, so one thing he did that I thought was fascinating was when he watched the show and completed it, he would add it to his growing list of wallpapers that cycled on his laptop of like a picture. And also he had a playlist of every anime OP. So every time he finished anime, he'd add the OP to that playlist on iTunes. And I just was thinking, like, how many of these could he even fucking remember? Like, so many of them sound so similar. I wonder if he could tell, like, this is actually from Ozumatsu-san or whatever.
Some, like, I don't find the OP or ED that great. Like, I have the first Vinland Saga
I didn't
for
like
OP, and then the second ED is great. I love that one.
I heard that was really good. I didn't listen to it.
It's great.
Do they have 2 OPs for that or no?
They have 2 OPs, yes. The second one's not that... I like Man in the Mission OPs, but the second one is not good. They are the ones who made... If you ever heard the Database, it's the best...
Database.
Yeah, Database. Living in the database.
Okay,
the best meme from that show.
We're getting a little too far off track.
Well, we're talking about Log Horizon.
I think the point when you talk about Log Horizon is that things have gone too far.
We talked about Shield Hero already.
We did.
We had a whole episode about Shield Hero.
We did. Don't listen
Season 2 this year. Can't wait.
Is it really?
I believe so. And Isekai Quartet Season 2 with Shield Hero.
Look forward to our Season 2 Shield Hero video, I guess.
Can't wait.
Alright, so do you have anything else to say about Dr. Stone?
No, I highly recommend it. It sucks. I have so many manga now that I read up to date. I have that, Chainsaw Man, Fire Force.
It's truly the Fall Derval.
Now Records of Ragnarok and One Punch Man, and it hurts.
Yeah.
JoJo, of course.
I get so much more out of reading manga than watching anime nowadays.
Even though Vinland had some rough patches, like the last couple episodes have been freaking fantastic, and I should read that as well.
I recommend it. I think Vinland is...
But I hear the next arc is slow.
It's very slow.
Change of pace.
So I've read up to... I think you can... So it's always like weird to like lump things into unofficial arcs. So I think Vinland kind of has like 3 arcs currently.
There's the prologue.
Which would be the
last
first
episode
season.
is called Prologue Ends.
Was it really? That's funny.
I forget that's what the chapter's called.
That's really funny. So yeah, the first season, well, the first so what the anime covered is like first arc. The second arc I've read all of, and then the third arc, if there's more, I don't know. I think the writer said that he finished like the third arc and he's doing the fourth, and that's the final one.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Which is really neat.
Mm-hmm.
But so I I really enjoyed the second arc a lot, but it's very slow.
Change of pace.
It's very much not like the first arc at all. But it also has some of like the most incredible moments that I've read in manga. So I can't not recommend it, but it's at the same time it doesn't. I don't know. I really enjoyed Vinland Saga. Like okay, it was never like my favorite. I don't understand the hype behind the Vinland Saga.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
I just like I was weird. I'm caught up on like 3 show being caught up on Dr. Stone and Chainsaw Man. Even a shonen, even though it's weird, the weird shonen. Because and then
Shonen Jump has changed so much lately.
Like I'm caught up on Fire Force, which is getting weird. Like from where I thought this thing was gonna go.
Is that a Shonen Jump or no?
I think so. Maybe not. Cause I don't know. Maybe because the Fire Force.
I feel like it isn't. Because I feel like
Soul Eater wasn't right. Because Soul Eater.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it's Shonen Jump then. But
sorry.
It's weird. But I kind of like it. There's stuff I don't like, of course, in Fire Force. Screw Tamaki and that stupid cat girl. But she got a little bit better.
So one thing I think it's really neat.
Is it Shonen Jump?
It is Weekly Shonen Magazine. No, it's another one of the one. I think Shonen Jump is in a really interesting spot right now. We have like Dr. Stone. We have the Dr. Stone spin-off, which I think is a short series. There's what's it called? Act Age. There's an acting manga, a manga about acting, and the main character is a girl in Shonen Jump, which is crazy. I think that's in Shonen Jump.
Remember Jolene with a Shonen Jump?
She was a Shonen Jump. That's true.
I'm trying to think because
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Because One Punch Man Shonen Jump, I believe.
No, that's not true.
Because I could score come up in the I guess Viz is just a collection of stuff because that comes up in like all the other Shonen Jump stuff I can read on that. And then Dragon Ball Super, I'm not sure if that's still Shonen Jump or not, but they have a manga for it, and
I doubt it.
They're doing like a Vegeta arc, like actual Vegeta's the main character of the arc.
That's interesting.
And he's going. You remember the planet where Goku learned instant transmission?
Yes.
Yard drip or whatever.
Sure.
Vegeta's going there now.
Oh hell yeah!
It's a Vegeta arc, and I'm so happy because Vegeta actually getting an arc.
I cannot give a less of a shit about Dragon Ball Super. I'm sorry.
Me neither. I like Vegeta too much though.
Their Act Age is a manga about acting, and the main character is a girl, and she's cute. And I've heard really good things about it, and I really want to read it.
I'm proud of Shonen Jump.
I think it's really cool that Shonen Jump is changing the formula a bit. Like Chainsaw Man is fucking awesome. I love Chainsaw Man. I love Dr. Stone.
You gotta get caught up on Chainsaw Man.
I know I do. I'm behind a little bit. I've like a couple chapters to read. Look forward to our Chainsaw Man episode.
Yeah, maybe we need a hiatus month or a bonus episode.
You can talk about that. We can talk about Record of Ragnarok.
We need a little bit more, at least after this fight.
Current fight.
If you want an elevator picture of Records of Ragnarok, this picture, Sur's Wrath had a baby with a tournament arc. And
it's just basically the most
it's One Punch Man, Sur's Wrath, and a tournament arc blended together.
Also, it is just Fate Zero, apparently.
Yes, and Fate. And Fate.
It's literally just
It's like mythologies and famous figures. There you go.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Love it.
If you want to see Thor versus Lubu, there you go. That's it for that's your tease. Highly recommend. But yeah, I think anything else?
Okay, we have not talked about Dr. Stone in a while. We need to end this.
Okay, anything else? You good?
Plug it up, Scotty. Plug it up.
No, plug it up, Sammy.
Plug it up, Sammy. Plug it up.
There you go.
Yeah, you want to hit me with some plugs?
Yes. If you listen to a whole hour, 20 minutes of us rambling.
Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone and other stuff.
What is Dr. Stone?
Well, let me take you back, tell you a story.
In one word. Tell me what Dr. Stone is.
Science.
Wrong. It's soap. Get fucked. Dum-dum.
Fuck you. Let me do my plugs. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, all that fun stuff. Put your 5 favorite characters in no order. Your favorite moments, your pros and cons, anything. We'll read them, even though we're not sure how many compared. Stop sending me pictures of 2 plugs, damn it.
It's so easy to distract Sam.
It is. And then, and please check out our other stuff if you want. We have other anime and manga we discuss, like Hunter x Hunter, of course, JoJo, all that stuff. And
we have stuff about JoJo?
Oh, shit, this is Cyborg 009 podcast. Okay,
Listen to our weekly Cyborg 009 discussion.
Next week we're watching Cyborg 009 versus Devilman.
Next week we're watching Cyborg 0010.
Shut up. That was a villain they fought and joined. No, remember one was like a thunder and lightning brothers.
Epic.
Okay.
Thor and Loki.
Stop getting me distracted on fucking Cyber 009. And then I think that's mainly it. Unless you have anything else you want to plug. Nope. All right.
Follow us on Twitter, I guess.
Yes. The Twitter plug. Jim will have that along with those, video maybe we mentioned.
Oh yeah, I need to.
If Jim remembers, if not, yell at him in the comments.
Yeah, yell at me in the comments and I'll put it up.
Yeah, he'll edit it in post.
I really don't want to edit this video. I'm probably just gonna have a funny fucking picture of Senku's face or something.
Yeah, the okay face from the anime I'll send you. And so yeah, thank you very much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
You're just looking at your phone.
My name is Jim.
You motherfucker, I'm Sam.
Bye.